Verbal attacks can be jarring. They are designed to evoke an emotional response. Maintaining composure is crucial in these situations. When we lose control, we escalate the conflict. This can damage relationships and our own well-being. Self-control allows us to respond thoughtfully, not react impulsively. It empowers us to de-escalate tense situations. We can then address the issue at hand more effectively. Ultimately, mastering self-control is essential for healthy communication and conflict resolution. Please subscribe to the channel. Verbal attacks can be subtle or overt. They can take many forms. It's important to recognize the signs. These signs indicate someone is engaging in verbal aggression, not healthy communication. Look for signs like raised voices and condescending tones. Pay attention to personal insults or dismissive language. Notice attempts to humiliate, belittle, or threaten. Recognizing these red flags is the first step to protecting yourself from verbal abuse. Maintaining composure during a verbal attack is challenging but crucial. It requires emotional regulation. This means managing our own emotions effectively. We can train ourselves to stay calm under pressure. Deep breathing exercises are effective for calming the nervous system. Practice mindfulness to stay present and ground yourself. Recognize your own triggers and develop strategies to manage them. The more you practice, the better you become at staying calm in challenging situations. When confronted with verbal aggression, our instinct might be to fight back. However, this usually escalates the situation. Instead, prioritize de-escalation. Simple techniques can help diffuse tension quickly. Take a deep breath and count to 10 before responding. This creates space for rational thought. Use neutral language and avoid engaging in personal attacks. Focus on active listening to understand their perspective, even if you don't agree with it. These techniques can prevent the situation from spiraling out of control. One of the most effective ways to manage a tense situation is to use calming gestures. Simple actions like maintaining open body language, nodding to show you are listening, and keeping your hands visible can signal that you are not a threat. This can help to reduce the other person's defensiveness. Speaking in a calm and steady voice is also crucial. When you maintain a composed tone, it can help to soothe the other person's agitation. Additionally, maintaining eye contact shows that you are engaged and taking the conversation seriously, which can further help to de-escalate the situation. Another technique is to summarize what the other person is saying. This shows that you are actively listening and trying to understand their point of view. Phrases like, "I hear you saying," or "it sounds like you feel," can be very effective. Showing empathy, even if you don't agree, can go a long way in calming the situation. Sometimes taking a short break can be beneficial. If the conversation is getting too heated, suggest pausing and coming back to it after a few minutes. This allows both parties to cool down and approach the discussion with a clearer mind. Finally, try to find common ground. Look for areas where you both agree and build on those. Collaborative problem solving can turn a potentially explosive situation into an opportunity for mutual understanding and growth. By employing these immediate techniques, you can effectively diffuse tension and foster a more positive interaction. Verbal attacks can trigger negative thoughts and emotions. These verbal assaults can come from various sources: friends, family, colleagues, or even strangers. They often catch us off guard and can deeply affect our mental state. These can cloud our judgment and lead to reactive responses. When we react impulsively, we often say or do things we later regret. This can escalate conflicts and damage relationships, making it harder to resolve issues constructively. It's essential to challenge and reframe these thoughts to maintain perspective. By taking a step back and analyzing the situation, we can gain a clearer understanding of what's really happening. This helps us to respond more thoughtfully and effectively. Ask yourself if the attack is truly about you or if it stems from the attacker's own issues. Often people project their insecurities and frustrations onto others. Recognizing this can help you not take their words personally and maintain your emotional balance. Remember that you are not defined by their words. Your self-worth comes from within and is based on your values, beliefs, and actions. Don't let someone else's negativity dictate how you see yourself. Focus on your own strengths and accomplishments. Reflect on your achievements and the qualities that make you unique. This can boost your confidence and help you stay grounded during challenging times. Reframing negative thoughts empowers you to respond from a place of strength and composure. When you approach conflicts with a calm and clear mind, you are more likely to find solutions that are beneficial for everyone involved. This not only helps in resolving the current issue, but also strengthens your ability to handle future challenges with grace and resilience. Responding constructively to verbal attacks requires assertiveness. This means expressing your needs and boundaries clearly and respectfully. It's about advocating for yourself without resorting to aggression. Use I statements to express your feelings and needs. For example, say, "I feel disrespected when you speak to me that way," instead of "you're being disrespectful." Set clear boundaries by stating what you will and will not tolerate. Remember, assertive communication is about finding a balance between passivity and aggression. Setting boundaries is essential for protecting your emotional well-being. This means defining what is acceptable and unacceptable behavior from others. It's about prioritizing your own mental and emotional health. Communicate your boundaries clearly and directly. Let the other person know what the consequences will be if they cross those boundaries. Be prepared to enforce those consequences consistently. Remember, you have the right to protect yourself from verbal abuse. Imagine a colleague making sarcastic comments about your work performance. It can be frustrating and demoralizing, especially when you're trying your best. Sarcasm often masks deeper issues, and reacting impulsively can escalate the situation. Instead, take a moment to breathe and collect your thoughts. Instead of reacting defensively, take a deep breath and calmly address the issue. This pause allows you to respond thoughtfully rather than react emotionally. A calm demeanor can diffuse tension and open the door to constructive dialogue. Say, "I'm sensing some negativity in your tone." This statement acknowledges the underlying issue without escalating the conflict. It shows that you are aware of the sarcasm and are willing to address it directly. "Can you please be more specific about your concerns?" Asking for specifics shifts the focus from personal attacks to constructive feedback. It encourages the other person to articulate their issues clearly, which can lead to a more productive conversation. Or perhaps a family member constantly criticizes your life choices. This can be particularly challenging as family dynamics are often deeply rooted and emotionally charged. Criticism from loved ones can feel personal and hurtful. Set a boundary by saying, "I understand you have your opinions, but I'm not open to discussing this anymore." Setting boundaries is crucial for maintaining your mental and emotional well-being. It communicates that while you respect their perspective, you also need to protect your own peace. By applying these techniques, you can navigate challenging situations with grace and composure. Whether at work or in personal relationships, staying calm and setting clear boundaries can transform conflicts into opportunities for growth and understanding. Remember, the goal is not to win an argument but to foster a respectful and constructive dialogue. While it's never okay for someone to verbally attack you, trying to understand their perspective can be helpful. Empathy doesn't excuse their behavior, but it can provide insights into their motivations. Consider what might be going on in their life that could be contributing to their aggression. Are they stressed, insecure, or dealing with personal issues? Empathy allows you to respond with more compassion and understanding, even in the face of negativity. Emotional intelligence plays a crucial role in handling verbal attacks effectively. It involves recognizing, understanding, and managing our own emotions and those of others. It's about building strong and healthy relationships. Develop your emotional intelligence by practicing self-awareness, self-regulation, empathy, and social skills. This will equip you to navigate conflicts constructively, build stronger relationships, and create a more positive and harmonious environment. Mastering self-control in the face of verbal attacks is an ongoing journey. It requires practice, patience, and a commitment to personal growth. By developing emotional intelligence and utilizing the techniques outlined above, you can transform challenging situations into opportunities for growth and understanding. Remember, you have the power to choose how you respond to negativity, and by choosing composure and assertiveness, you pave the way for a more peaceful and fulfilling life.